Have you ever been shopping and been smacked in the face with all the electrolyte packets on the place in the store? Meanwhile, you're standing there wondering, do I really need to spend $30 on just 15 electrolyte packets? Man, those are expensive. What are electrolytes even needed for anyway? Do I need them? Should I buy them? Does this all sound familiar? In today's episode, we're going to cover all these questions and more. No longer will you have to stress over spending $2 on a packet of salt. Grab a pen and paper and let's go. Hey, beautiful. Welcome to Female Sports Nutrition. Are you struggling to fuel your workouts, hit your protein goals, and figure out supplements all while wondering what to eat so you can settle for fast food? I'm Kristen, a former athlete who's been there. I found freedom by blending sports nutrition with intuitive eating. On this podcast, you'll get quick meal prep tips, high protein recipes, supplement advice, and strategies to eat around workouts so you can get fitter, stronger, and more confident. Grab your smoothie, tighten your ponytail, and let's go. So before we get into today's episode, I wanted to encourage you to join my Facebook group, Female Sports Nutrition. This group is for all the female athletes out there who want to build muscle, boost performance, and not have to deprive themselves to get there. If you're sick of feeling exhausted after training, if you're confused on how to fuel your body without all the food rules, this is the group for you. The Female Sports Nutrition Facebook group is a private, safe, and supportive group for like-minded women who want to stop depriving and start thriving through proper fueling practices. In this group, you can expect me to share recipes, meal prep tips, meal planning ideas to get you where you want to be. We'll have Meal Prep Monday, Winning Wednesday, and Foodie Friday, where you can share all your favorite tips and tricks to help each other out, as well as your wins. This group exists to help build each other up in a diet culture-driven world. I'll even have a free gift for you when you join. I'll drop the link below for you so you can easily join the group, and I hope to see you there. All right, today's episode is all about, do I need electrolyte packets to rehydrate? So let's first talk about what are electrolytes. Electrolytes are essential for bodily functions. So these are things like fluid balance, nerve function, muscle function. You need electrolytes for your muscles to contract, your lungs, your heart, of course, all your skeletal muscles. So these are all muscles, and you need electrolytes for your muscles to contract. If you want blood to be pumped through your body, you need electrolytes. If you want your lungs to breathe and you want air to be circulated throughout your body, you need electrolytes, because those electrolytes are going to make those muscle contractions happen, as well as nerve function and bone health. So there are lots of different electrolytes. There's sodium, magnesium, calcium, phosphate, bicarbonate, potassium, and chloride. You need all of these electrolytes on a daily basis. And this probably sounds really overwhelming when I'm naming off all these electrolytes that your body needs on a daily basis, but it's really not that overwhelming. And I'm going to break it down for you why it's not that overwhelming. So you really only need to focus on getting in electrolytes around exercise when you are going to be exercising for 45 minutes or longer, if it's hot and humid outside, or if you're a heavy sweater, or it's going to be an intense workout. If it's going to be a 30-minute quick workout, you really don't need to worry about getting in electrolytes. Your diet will take care of that. It's nothing that you need to be concerned about. But if it's going to be an intense training session, you definitely want to make sure that you are getting in electrolytes. Or if you are a heavy sweater where you're just pouring sweat all the time, or you feel like your sweat is salty if it gets into your mouth, then you want to focus a little bit more on getting in those electrolytes. Otherwise, you can really push it out to about 60 minutes. Now, there are going to be signs where you are low on electrolytes, and I've definitely had this where I get cotton mouth, and no matter how much water I drink, I just cannot get rid of that feeling. Or for me, my legs will start to ache. My lower legs will start to ache, and I will feel very tired and lethargic. I am a little bit of a different case. I will say that because I have a medical condition called Addison's disease. And this is an autoimmune condition where my adrenal glands basically don't work anymore. And everybody's adrenal glands produce aldosterone, which is a hormone that signals to your kidneys to reabsorb sodium or salt. Well, because my adrenal glands don't work, my body does not produce aldosterone. So I do not reabsorb salt. So I'm constantly just peeing it out. As a result, I need a lot more salt than the next person. I actually have to take a pill to help my body reabsorb salt, but it's not a perfect solution. I have to take in salt. So I have to take in a lot of salt. Sometimes it's up to like about 10,000 milligrams of salt a day. like I said, I'm a little bit of a special case. This is an extreme example, but I have definitely worked with athletes over the years that need upwards of like 7 to 8,000 milligrams a day when they are in training. So don't think that you are exempt from your need for salt. If you feel like you are getting a lot of muscle cramps, you're getting achy legs, you're feeling tired, you're getting that cotton mouth, you just can't fulfill your thirst, these are all signs that you need more electrolytes in your diet. So let's talk about, do you actually need electrolyte packets? The short answer is no, you don't. I do not use electrolyte packets, even though I need a ton of salt over the course of the day. I am proof that you don't need to spend $1 to $2 on electrolyte packets over the course of the day. And I'm going to tell you how. I do not use electrolyte packets at all because, quite frankly, they're just too expensive. And who needs to spend that much money on a packet of salt? I'm going to tell you what you can do instead to get in your electrolytes. First of all, is simply to just add salt to your water. And many of you listening may think, ew, that is so gross. I couldn't possibly drink salt in my water. But I'll be honest with you, if you just put a small pinch of sea salt into your water, you won't even notice it. I personally use pink Himalayan salt. I've also used Redford's real salt in my water. Those taste way better than iodized salt. Iodized salt is going to give you this sharp, salty flavor, which is just no bueno. Don't use that. Use either sea salt, pink Himalayan salt, Celtic salt is good, the Redford's real salt. Those are all great options. And then I actually add a packet of True Lemon or True Lime to my water. And I love lemon or lime in my water. If you don't like lemon or lime, you can always do a splash of fruit juice, whatever you like. And I mix the two in there together. And I always say it's like my virgin margarita because it's just, the lime or the lemon with my water and the salt. You can customize how much salt is going to go into your water. So on days where you need a little bit more, you could put a little bit more. And on days where you don't need as much, you could put a little bit less. And you could just do a little bit in each of your glasses of water over the course of the day. And I guarantee you, you won't even taste that little bit. And then you'll actually become a little bit more accustomed to it. And it'll be like, that's what you desire after a while. So adding salt to your water is just super simple. You can also make your own Gatorade or sports drink out of adding salt to your water. Just get a glass of water or a sport bottle of water, put a pinch of sea salt in there, a little bit of honey or maple syrup, and a splash of juice, shake it all up, and there you go. It's a much better tasting Gatorade or sports drink, and you don't have to spend any extra money because you probably have all that stuff already on hand in your kitchen. Number 2 is to salt your food. Don't limit salt unless you have a medical condition that requires you to do so. Typically, as athletes, we don't need to worry about our salt intake because we're going to be sweating and we're going to be sweating out salt. So you don't have to go looking at food labels and analyzing how much salt that you're getting in, because if you are sweating a lot, you're going to be sweating it out. So it's really not that big of a concern. In fact, you should actually be adding more salt to your food if you typically are cooking from home and not eating a lot of prepackaged foods. The prepackaged foods are where you're going to get a lot of salt from. So if you're eating prepackaged foods, you may not need to worry about adding extra salt to your food. But if you cook from scratch a lot at home like I do, you definitely want to add more salt to your food because those foods aren't going to naturally contain a lot of salt. However, they're going to contain a lot of the other electrolytes that you need, like potassium, calcium, magnesium. You get the idea. So that brings me to my next point is make sure that you are balancing your diet. This is number 3. You need to have a balanced diet to make sure that you're getting in all the other electrolytes. And this is really what you should be doing anyway, so it's a win-win. Making sure that you're getting in plenty of fruits and vegetables, and that gives you lots of potassium, nuts, seeds, leafy greens, and chocolate for magnesium. Getting in dairy products is going to give you calcium. Also, if you want a little extra magnesium, you can take an Epsom salt bath, and that will give you a little bit of extra magnesium, plus it'll help to give your tired legs a rest. So making sure that you're getting in a balanced diet is a great way to make sure that you are getting in the rest of your electrolytes that you need for the day. And if you're not sure how to do this, I'm going to drop a link below for you from a prior podcast episode that teaches you how to put together a balanced diet for female athletes. Last up, number 4 is to drink plenty of non-caffeinated fluids. This isn't necessarily going to give you electrolytes, but it is going to contribute to your overall hydration. And this is essential when you are taking in electrolytes. You can't just take in a bunch of electrolytes and not have the hydration to do anything, because the hydration is what's going to carry your electrolytes throughout your body. So make sure that you are getting in at the very least half of your body weight in ounces of fluid per day. Now, if you're exercising, your needs are going to go up from there, but you get the idea. That's a good starting place. It's half of your body weight in ounces of fluid of non-caffeinated drinks throughout the day. So let's recap here. You need electrolytes every single day, but you get a lot of them from your diet, especially if you are having a balanced diet. So the simple answer to the question, do I need electrolyte packets, is no. You don't need to spend the money on them. If you want to be my guest, you can. But personally, I think they're kind of a waste of money and they're just a marketing scheme. So here are the things that you can do to get in the electrolytes without spending $2 on a packet of electrolytes. Number 1 is add salt to your water. Number 2 is salt your food. Number 3 is balance your diet. And number 4 is making sure that you are drinking plenty of non-caffeinated fluids. If you actually want to make your own electrolyte drinks, there are ways that you can do that. And I'm going to drop a link below for you for a recipe that I have for making your own watermelon flavored LMNT drink. Hey friend, if this podcast inspired you, encouraged you, or changed you, I would love for you to leave me a review and share it with a girlfriend who will find it helpful or inspiring. That is the best way you can thank me and help me share my knowledge so I can help more people just like you. I'm so thankful that you spent this time with me today, and I'd love to connect with you. Join my Facebook group, Female Sports Nutrition, or send me a DM on Instagram, or hop on over to my website, elitenutritionperformance.com. I'll see you back here next week.